Sam George, the MP for Ningo Pram Pram, is reported to have posted something which was read to Mr. Pablo Opariado, who was in the studio. He got outraged. So let's first start with the publication that came into the studios from Sam George. This is what it is.
Okay, it is Sam George. I post. I have watched clips of George Opariado making asinine and reckless comment on an Accra-based radio station. Let me serve notice to him that others he attacks may choose to be silent, but not Sam George. This should be the last time he goes anywhere and runs his loose mouth on my person. Today he calls me an influence peddler. I do not blame him. When in 2008 I wrote all his campaign speeches because he was not connecting with his electorate, I guess I was peddling influence. What has he achieved that I would be jealous of? He attempted to go to parliament and lost miserably at a time the NDC as a party was most attractive and won the 2008 elections. Is it his failure I would be envious of? When in 2015, 2016, 2019, and 2020, I went up against the establishment both within and outside our party and won all those elections, where were you? After you bragged that you would win a landslide victory, we all saw the contrived small margin you won with after disenfranchising persons whose names were on the register. The results are testament that you have not done as well as you delude yourself into thinking. The illusions of grandeur you create in that insipid mind of yours are creations of your weak mind. Wow. An intelligent person would have started a proper introspection to see how your landslide became a narrow escape. When you sent a camera crew to Parliament seeking endorsement of my colleague MPs, were they also influence peddlers? You claim to be a Democrat, but are pained that others have exercised their fundamental democratic right of choice. Is everything okay with you? And by the way, those who really fund our party never go and sit on radio and TV to run their mouths. Their wealth has made them discreet. As you brag about what you and your family have done for the NDC, be quick to add the numerous contracts the NDC has given to your family, and let's do a balancing act and see who owes who a debt of gratitude. Like our elders say, Ahwenepa Nkasa. This is my initial response and warning to you to keep my name out of your mouth. The next time, I may not be this charitable. You have been warned. I've watched clips of George Opariado making. Okay, I think it's the same statement. That's where it ends. You have been warned. Where your former friend, if I'm right to use that expression, Sam George, MP Ningo Pram Pram.
So on Asempa Radio, that's on OB's program, I should say. Obi was interviewing Pablo Opariado this afternoon, and that was Sam George's very brutal intervention. This is how Opariado responded. Here is it.
So when I check a session, I got any woman, and one I make a train, and you are trying to intone your funeral. When in Kaye, so fan conning, and one I make a train.
On 19 air Cassian was exactly. And I'll be catching Sam George.
So fan conning.
But can some more statement you move?
You're kind of Caribbean.
No Caribbean on an true speeches, man.
The Bible say, or young Cordani be no damage.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I was not connecting with my people. No, I mean, branch here and damage. And in 2000, I contested against Adom-Otchere and NPP seats. In 2020, the primary is not quite no winning by NDC primary. Or them I contested.
Yes.
Imagine saying on your.
I don't know 4. 4 and 6.
I don't cry. You microphone if you register anymore, man. I don't need real final. You know, I'll just ignore him. He's not even worth my time. I'm having one home.
But all the camera call Parliament call endorsement.
Why I made the camera call you? Why I like
no. Nipa no Parliament will be not say what the camera.
I your true for. I challenge him to mention names. I'm the camera. Now the Parliament make order. Me am miss the order. Me like miss the order. Miss the order. I'm the camera and the coin. Make sure you're true for. Make sure you're true for. I'm a smart why am I smart no? Obi me politics now. Obi ko yes am asmobia. Tina ko kan no abodi so asebesi ba no. Why when I'm comparing endorsement to MP Benho? But I played videos of Prof Nana, President Mahama, Haji Azureya, Haruna Idrusine Niema, campaigning endorsing my work as national youth organizer. Not doing an election process. So, dear dance here, Juma Mababeye. Now me pay endorsement as Sam George endorsement. Now Sam George credibility is better than the parliament. You should bring it and I'm ready to meet him in the Gate. So, you understand I'm being. No, the colleague MPs no nyom. Why the buno parliament on not no.
No, but this is
a
let's member of parliament.
Let's move on. But
I'll say
let's move on.
Those who really fund the NDC don't sit on radio to talk about it.
I come with the Antiason Koshipu. The business don't me man discard 2016. Now me man discard contest there. Let's move on. Remember nation me before be cast and for. Let's move on. Let's move on.
But see, you have been warned.
The
next time,
how dare when is I'm just warning me?
Hey,
how dare him warn me?
Now, say you have been warned, or say next time I may not be this charitable.
They may be no better. Prophet no better. They may be no better. I promise no better, but they may be no better. I'm just between Germany. Obi, let's move on and talk about something else. Let's move on and talk about something else.
And but this I think it will be fair for me to let you explain this point because it's important.
Obi, I'm not responding to
No, hold on. Obi. The point about the fact that if you claim your family has funded that, you should also do a cost-benefit analysis. Now, your contractor family in Swenya. Now, if you Obi will own in Yonko a debt of gratitude.
Obi, do I speak to this nonsense? Obi, move on.
But that is...
Obi, move on. I won't speak to it. Move on. I won't speak to it. Move on.
In the final video, George Parado had always said that this contest was not against Brogya Gyamfi, but it was against Sammy Gyamfi, the director of NDC's National Communication. My good friend from Christ Embassy, Sammy Gyamfi, is under fire today for allegedly owning a house in Airport Hills, one of the choicest residents in Accra. Allegedly, I have to add. Allegedly owning a house in Airport Hills. Those are not our words. Those are the words of George Parado, the just elected National Youth Organizer of the NDC. In this upcoming video, he takes more bullets onto Sammy Gyamfi. This is what he said.
My term ends the day. New ones will be better.
Do you expect some kind of an injunction on your swearing in?
Well, I don't expect any injunction.
And
I expect him to be magnanimous in defeat and accept his worry. And one. Maybe I got me close in here, but it is the forces that came to support him. When you know the anchor, if you anchor 300 crank on your bit.
Now, Oka forces are what do you mean?
But you all saw the forces. But this election, I did not contest Brogya Gyamfi. It was Sammy Gyamfi I was contesting now.
On
the J campaign,
colleague national officer
on the J campaign, no, they be a Brogya Gyamfi, so no, Nefeson. So the Beji Konekon.
But it as a surprise to you, say, or declare the support for opponent.
Surprise me, yes, mammy, by a shame.
I know one. Manya more frosty relationship. Dadana
say any declaration and I come in him say be all to fake here Juma Bomo. Nada ye be bono studio. I'm not going press conference.
Obi me bono. Obi me bono.
99 is you. Then it's na be 20 sabon.
Pablo me pacho. Obi me bono.
Then it's you.
It was say oko police station kwaye den.
No, me say that na be e bo no ha no mo no. E wa Asempa no. I'm not going press conference and watching na be into. I be a childhood friend. My name is Nye. I'm a president extension and I be in too. So until say we declare the support, that means a problem, your baby. Because we cram out on friend pay around 2020. My friend I'm Sammy. You know you can't who me between the power my party. Me invited money by my office Joe. Maybe I'm a law firm. No, I'm somebody else. I'm a massa. Brandon can't home boom.
And he obliged Obai. Okay.
So until say development is CA. But when the March for Justice one back, but it's going for come and say, I didn't take it serious. Mayor in chat demo. But the net to flash or cramp and then the Kasai. But I'm also still our amba. And I'm with the Ghana for a tragedy crack. But I'm a cramp on my fire. I say, but Omoya rise and Me di makote. Ama enyume na amafo prepare ya echichi bi tum kra. No nyina akodai. Me pen na me call around saying it was not my demonstration. Because I felt that we were working together. So I said, so until he declared his intentions, I didn't even think there was a problem. But I don't saw how many. The other means there was a point in time. I'm going to say, and then I'm a Brogya by. And you want in our party, I want to see my mom. Nanka umum, namza wanna make contest. So nanka ma Brogya and because I say Brogya Fisher. It will not for something any you know. Nanka zanka ujai communications. Nanka utisimu. Because around the country, a lot of communication officers have contested youth organizer because youth organizer, it might be Ubi so Omega just it might be Pablo be national youth organizer, why I swear any. So I was saying that now yes, the name wife and they be in there. Thank you so jai, thank you autism. Now Baba contest to be your honor. But one back.
All right, that's a final video. I don't like it when youth are fighting, do I? It's not nice. I mean, if the older people are fighting, they should fight. But it's not great when youth are fighting. NDCU shouldn't fight. They should come together, work hard, compete on ideas, and whoever wins the election wins on ideas, isn't it? That's how the country will be helped. So, Brogya Gyamfi and Sammy Gyamfi shouldn't fight, should they? So did I say no? They don't. They are not fighting. The two of them on one side are fighting George Oparado. I call him Pablo Oparado, but his actual name is George Oparado. Now it's quite unnerving when after all of what was happening today, and I have to pay credit, pay tribute to OB's program. It's a program I don't miss. It's on Asempa every 2 o'clock. It's a political talk show. It's led by a nice guy called Obi. You saw him. I like the way his questions. He's not emotional about his questions, and he always brings you back. You saw the way he was bringing George Oparado back. I like Obi for the way he conducts his interviews, and it's an interview that I don't miss, especially when I'm abroad and I'm bored. I listen to Obi all the time. Today I couldn't listen, and everyone was calling me that you're not listening to your favorite program. George Oparado is firing some bullets over there. So I told my people to listen, and then we're able to pull out this video. Congratulations, that's a good program. Tomorrow I'll be listening to it again. Now I'm concerned about Brogya Gyamfi's statement. I hope that it's either untrue or he's going to retract it very soon, because this is not the way to put out a statement when you have lost a National Youth Organizer event. We have seen people lose it. Nilante Van der Poel lost a very painful defeat to Haruna Idrisu. We didn't see all of that. I'm not sure why Brogya Gyamfi is very angry and doing this, but this is what he put out, and it goes as follows. He says, I would like to convey my profound gratitude to all youth delegates of the NDC who converged at the University of Cape Coast over the weekend for the 2022 National Youth Conference of our beloved party. You turned up in your numbers to support and indeed voted massively for me. I treasure your trust. I treasure your trust and confidence reposed in me. I further wish to thank all stakeholders of our party, as well as the rank and file for, it's going to change, they'll change it. All right. Okay. My teaming supporters, he continues, admirers and the rank and file of the party who desired for a change in the youth leadership. I say thank you to you all, he says. The processes leading to the 10th National Youth and Women's Conference was fraught with deliberate manipulation of the delegates list to favor the incumbent. This was in violation of express decisions and orders of the courts of competent jurisdiction and the directives of the National Democratic Congress. He continues and says, I sincerely think that the party must take concrete steps to ensure that our rules and regulations are respected and not skewed to the advantage of anyone. For the records, the election of the National Youth Organizer of the NDC is far from over. May God bless the great NDC. Youth leadership of courage. Hashtag Nyamebeye. It's getting very, very dangerous. Okay, so that was a Brogya Gyamfi statement. Do I have something to say about it? I just hope it's not true, or if it is true, I hope that he will retract and then move on, and then we can have a clear contest. On Saturday, the NDC gets into another very heated contest that we'll talk about on Thursday. Now, I call on my supporters to remain calm in the wake of unprovoked attacks on my person by George Oparado. This is Brogya Gyamfi's statement, which was put out sometime today. He says, I call on my supporters to remain calm in the wake of unprovoked attacks on my person by George Oparado in the last 2 days. I will respond in a more forceful manner soonest notice is served. Leadership of courage. Nyamebeye. That's Brogya Gyamfi has put it out again.